is just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a carry by White. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Completes this one to Otten. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Asante Samuel Jr. there on the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Herbert back to throw. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Crowder with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Irving here from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before he gets started, all the better.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. That's incomplete left side.
Okay, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Throw on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Love that call, Brock, going for the slant route, trying to move the chains, but The defense read it all the way. They had somebody right there ready to knock that ball out.
You know, if there's one thing consistent with you, Kate, you do love that route.
I love that route, man.
You love the slant.
That
No,
route.
it's from your childhood of watching Jerry and Joe and the Niners do it so well. But this defense, they knew what was coming, and he was able to separate that slant from the ball before they could ever get going.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Vontae David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. We'll pause now for an injured player, and it looks like he's worse for wear after handling that last carry. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Herbert from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going. But that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Got his target, it's Ahu. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Second and 13. He's trying to push the field. He's got it inside the 25. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Jalen McMillan with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert with a blitz coming. Has it downfield working the left. 30. He's at the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers need only one to take the lead. Matt McConkey with a touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Crowder with a return here. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
From the 31. That pass complete to Irving. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They kick the running back in motion. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Running on 2nd with White. And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them are just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. It's another first-half mistake. He's intercepted again. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Could make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Handoff goes to Dobbins, running left. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
That's caught for the first. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chargers will have a first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go.
At the 41-yard line.
From the 41. That's a catch for Hayden Hurst. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
From the 47. Chased out to his right. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline. Out of bounds. We've got 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. This gets the 1st and more. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
To throw, Herbert. Brought in close to the 8. Touchdown, Los Angeles. To rock this offense, looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers double their lead to 14. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Crowder with a return here. They'll have a long field ahead of him, partners. He's wrapped up shy of the 15. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I am not sure how we didn't see a safety right there. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building, because that QB kept going back and back. It was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and could play on it.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. From his own end zone on 3rd and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. And this one falls to the ground. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. Dobbins. Takes it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers stretch their lead to J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And no return here, and this is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stopped by Deion Henley. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Third down. Here's Mayfield. They left him wide open. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! The Buccaneers fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Mike Evans with the touchdown. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers get it back to a 14-point game. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flight. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now for Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance, focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
3rd and long for him here. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
2nd and 10 now, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Finally a rare win for them against this passing game, and a much-needed one to hopefully restore a little morale on that sidelines. 3 first-half touchdowns. They've been lit up like the 4th of July and really needed something that could be a foothold toward a little momentum before we get to halftime.
This has been a trend, yet another interception. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Baker out of the pistol. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Chargers get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. A gain of 27 yards there. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Dobbins has the LA touchdown. The Chargers grow their lead just before halftime. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers lead by 15 now. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It's White on the give. And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
This one finds Irving. Still going through the 25. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
2nd and 6 now. He's got Godwin working that sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
First down, here's Baker. Got his target, it's Otten. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Here's the give to Irving. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Intended target there was Mike Evans. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
2nd down, Mayfield to pass. This one's taken in by Otten. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Third and short, Mayfield. Into traffic, complete. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers could make it a 1-score game as they cut it to 9 before half. Jalen McMillan with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. On the return, here comes Davis. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far, and no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Hurst there to grab it. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short on the 35.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
It's a gain of 4. And the Chargers will have a 1st. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and you get a little something coming out of it, too.
Herbert now off the play fake. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Herbert from the gun. Finding Hurst. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for this. 1st down and more past the 40. And he's all the way down to the 36. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. Across the 20, continuing to work. Hits the end zone for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Dicker checks on the extra point. And the Chargers lead by 15 now. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And they won't return this, so with the new rules and because it hit in the landing zone first, the touchback will only come out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Baker to throw. Caught by Godwin on the slant. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Now it's Irving. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. To throw, Mayfield. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And now they face 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Once again, Irving. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
To throw is Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Baker now off to play fake. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Pressure coming. Baker. He's got it at the 6. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Running right, it's Irving. And they'll bring him down after an all-right game. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
White. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers start the second half with some needed points. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They run the counter with Dobbins. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
On second down, here's Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it brings up an LA first down.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for first and 10.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Well, Brock, you and I know after that first turnover they were able to take back. They were looking for another one, and lo and behold, they found it.
You felt it. I felt it.
Yep.
Everybody in the stands felt it. It wasn't just good enough to get the takeaway. They wanted to one-up what they did earlier, and look at the celebration now.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. And he hits the extra point. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Herbert back to it after the pick. He put everything he had into this one. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chargers will have a first. Running it again with Dobbins. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Yaya Diaby brings him down. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. Irving on the inside give. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them.
Buccaneers, 41.
Second and 3 now. Right back to Irving now. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Give him 3 on that game. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Yeah, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
Here's a toss to White. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space like a chess master, seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and at what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
They give to Irving, left side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7. Carry here for Irving. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. Mayfield with a blitz coming. Nice loft on that one, but it falls incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Mayfield now on 3rd and goal. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. So Chase McLaughlin is on in a high-pressure spot. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's the key to it. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They give it to him again. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Completed to Hurst. Still has some space inside the 35. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That's another Chargers first down. First and 10 at the
From the red zone now. And he's got it. That's a layup for a good touchdown. The Chargers take a 4th-quarter lead. McConkey with a touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers jump in front now by 5. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Crowder with a return here. A poor return there. He only gets to the 15 before he's tackled.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now here's Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy.
Risky throw, and it's intercepted. And he makes the Bucs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th-quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers push the lead up to 12. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And this won't be a return. It's going to be a touchback, but because it hit in the landing zone first, Brock, per the new rules this season, the ball comes out to the 20 and not the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff headed right, Irving. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
It's plays like that, Kate, that I'm happy I'm the color analyst and you and your spotter are doing play-by-play. Because that was a massive humanity, a whole bunch of bodies to sort through for 1 yard.
This one's taken in by Otten. And he's tackled at after gaining a handful.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Buccaneers need to score quickly. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Mayfield now from the gun. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Desperation time here on 4th. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. This is Dobbins. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
Handoff headed right. It's Edwards. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
He's brought it up at the 13-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.